been scarred and I've been bruised. I have learned just what to do. I need to leave my past behind me. I need to look to the future. No matter what will come, no matter what I've done, I know just what to do. And that's all because of you.
Hello guys, hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. A warm welcome to our new members. I see there is an increase in the subscription numbers. We welcome you. I hope you've got a fantastic time catching up and getting acquainted with the nature of things in this house. Thank you so much to the people that brought you here. Happy recruiting. You guys are so diligent with dragging, your loved ones. I see if somebody comments on my thing, they're tagging another person on some izobona. Thank you. I'm here for it. If it catches my attention, I always definitely reciprocate it. First things first, a bit of housekeeping before we begin. I think we've mentioned this one before, but for the new people, I'll reiterate, which is the method of engagement, or rather quality of engagement. I think quality of engagement is the right word. In my last announcement in housekeeping matters, I had said you're likely to get the highest of my engagement in a video that is very recent. So if you're trying to get my attention as in require a response, it wouldn't be a wise move to do that in a video that is very old. So if you're catching it and something resonates and you want to ask something, I'm likely to miss it completely if the video is very old. I do sometimes, when I'm reflecting and learning from my previous content, do recheck the videos, but I don't always recheck the videos. I'm always diligent of monitoring engagement in a video that is very recent, so you're definitely likely to catch my attention there. I reply personally to all of you, so if you see a reply in the comment section, it's not the team, it's myself. So you're more than welcome to get hold of me there. Secondly, my Facebook account is full. So we're trying to migrate my personal profile to a page, meaning you're unlikely to reach me on Facebook inbox, which is where most of you have been trying to get my attention. So you may want to try a Twitter DM or inbox the page. I hope it's not private, because the page doesn't just have my eyes. That's why I'm telling you, so that if there's sensitive and confidential matters, you reach me personally via email than right on the Facebook page. So I'll take down my personal profile eventually. If you're already Facebook friends, you will automatically migrate to the page, but people that are trying to add me, I've got no space to accept those friend requests. I'm not on Instagram. Not there yet, in a place where I'm okay having Instagram. I'm not ruling out completely that one day I will be on Instagram, but I think you guys know my social media culture, so I'm warming up to it very slowly. So I'm not on Instagram yet. If that ever changes, I will inform you. I don't plan to change it in the nearest future. And I think that's it on housekeeping matters. I don't think I've missed any of your inboxes. Also, if you try and inbox me, if you're from the channel, I feel like I have initiated a relationship with you. I feel okay reciprocating that when you reach out to me. But remember, there's other people that know me that I did not really deliberately seek out a relationship with, so I feel very okay ignoring them. I don't carry any guilt about that. But there's no way of me knowing it's you if you don't proceed immediately to introduce yourself. So it helps me tremendously with the admin if you're just like, hi, I'm so and so, I watch your YouTube channel and the question. I'll always respond. If I've missed it, it was by accident. But you can't say hello, because then that means I need to say hello back, and then only later find out that you heard me from radio or something, and I genuinely did not seek out a relationship with those people. So I feel okay ignoring them, but I don't want to ignore you guys. This is a bit of a sacred relationship with content that for some time we transact with one another. It's a reciprocal relationship that demands some level of respect. So please do help me out by being comprehensive in your greetings and what you are trying to get across. Okay, moving right along. We don't have a heavy one today. Somebody asked me, is it in the nature of psychology to talk about painful things? I thought that was hilarious, but it was such a beautiful question and a genuine one. He had the most genuine look in his face when he asked this question, that do you guys have to talk about painful things? No, we don't. It's okay to be okay, but we are a profession that nurses pain very strategically, so we do we are privy, in the capacity to host difficult things, but that's not all that we talk about. I don't think we're talking about something difficult today. It is a personal development channel. So development and optimal growth is part and parcel of what we do, not just nursing injuries. We are doing today the value of the learning process. Don't know if we'll title it differently eventually, but that is the angle that we are going with. And this stems from the video that we did a while back that said you're not failing, and the comments and just the feedback that I was getting from people that are just struggling with the in-between. When people know and believe in the validity of their dream and have got esteem of their potential, they just want to jump straight there because they know they're brilliant. They know they see the vision when it has materialized, but it's like they completely underestimate what it takes to get it to materialize. It's like we want to be experienced, but we refuse to have the experience. And I want to talk about tolerating that in between and the value of that acquisition process and how much it crystallizes your level of expertise and level of experience, but it does not feel pleasant, it does not feel nice, and there's things that make it better. And I want us to have a chat through about that. You can honor your potential. You can be very well vested with your capacity, but there is a process that you cannot skip, and there's also parts of the dream that are not necessarily up to you. And we have to carve our behavior and etiquette in the in-between, because that determines the quality of the end product. So it's like an investment process, and it's very longitudinal, and it's not as rewarding as when you cash out on the investment. First things first, when we typically choose people that are capable, people that are accomplished, and people that are hectically experienced, we typically go for the same faces, same qualities, same attributes over and over again. But what unifies these people and what is so thematic about them is the fact that they are likely to catch a crisis speedily. They are likely to hold fortitude in times of adversity. We feel safe when they are around, that they know what they are doing. But how do people just know what they are doing? By learning it. It's okay not to instantly know. So the period where you don't know enough about the business you're running, when you don't know enough about the course that you're doing, when you don't know enough about the role that you've just been assigned, is part of the expertise acquiring process. You're not an idiot for feeling completely incompetent in it. That's what getting knowledge actually looks like. At first, you don't know, then you find out, then you know. You cannot skip the finding out. It looks like being a subordinate. It looks like being the least knower in the room. It looks like impaired confidence every now and again, because you're surrounded by people that know, because you want to find out from them so that you can also know. So of course you're not going to be the brightest crayon in the box during the knowledge acquisition process, and that is okay, because you know who you are. You know who you are, and who you are does not change. But do not prematurely terminate the stage where you bake who you are and take it out too quickly, because you're smarter or you're more talented. There is value in the in-between. One day, when you move with rapid pace in navigating complex demands of an institution, of parenting, of whatever it is that will be your task, it will come from the many, many times you've sat in a crisis and been exposed to multiple problem-solving strategies of how to resolve that crisis, that you will just know which is the right one. Have you ever sat with a supervisor and it just feels like they always know the right thing to say? Like they just pick that one, you're like, oh, you got the light bulb. Oh, all right. And they just say out of that one, but it is because they've tried 20 different ones for a size, and therefore they know the right one, because out of that trial, they know what is the best fit. But you want that expertise without going through the process that gave them that expertise, and that is just not how it works. Discounting merit means even you, after putting in a lot of hard work, you believe that you are not entitled to the end product of merit. So you cannot be jealous with meritorious people. It didn't just happen. You are discounting the work that they put into their baking process by just wanting the bread. But now it means with your baking over and over and over again, you are saying at the end of a baking process, people mustn't get bread. So are you sending the same message then to yourself? There's value in the in-between. There's value in you attaining the experience that one day you want people to refer to you as experienced. It requires a lot of humility, a lot of tolerance, a lot of uncertainty, but that is the process. That is the process. It's really okay for you to not be brilliant yet. It takes relentlessness. Don't be distracted by talent. Don't be distracted by talent. Talent has been shown over and over and over that in isolation it doesn't do much for one. The relentlessness, dedication, consistency, tenacity, over time, okokoko, is what eventually makes you so fit in acquiring this craft and this skill that you are trying to get, even if the reward isn't as high in the in-between. I noticed this during the peak of COVID-19, when the ramifications were still so great in terms of movement and participation in economic activities. That there were just people that were insulated against, some of the drawbacks. And there was something consistent about all of them. They had been in the game for a while. They had learned the tricks of how to swim in high tides by being in high tides previously. So of course in this one, they were better able because they were competent swimmers in adversity. But me, when I'm experiencing adversity, I don't want to swim in the adversity, but I also want to be a trained swimmer so that I can navigate rough seas better. It doesn't make sense. Take your training time. Take it. This is what will make you solve a problem in 5 minutes that somebody else may take 12 months to solve. It's knowing where to touch to achieve maximum impact. It's knowing what to let go because you've seen how this thing plays out. It's knowing what to dodge, when to speak, when to be silent. But you get this experience by first saying it at the wrong time, by choosing too prematurely. All of these little nuggets that you've been collecting of error, of falling short, they're necessary. Try again. And if it fails, try again. It's going to fail at a different level than the previous time. And one day when they're calling you and you know off the top of your head where to press, it will be because, but I've tried it so many other times that it didn't work, that I know without a shadow of doubt. I spoke to my therapist, I remember, when I was worried about the practice during COVID-19, and she said in the calmest of voices that there's gonna be an upside again. And she knew this from the just under 30 years that she'd been in practice. She understands the pattern. So there were no impulsive decisions that she made in the down phases because she's navigated these down phases so many times. I didn't have that confidence because I haven't lived that longitudinal reality. But that little experience was me teaching myself how to behave in adversity. And the next adversity that presents itself in my business, I'm handling it completely differently because I know exactly what it feels like when it's at the peak of disaster. I know exactly what repair feels like. I know how slowly it can be. I know how messy healing can look. I know all of these things. Same goes for if I have a client. Now, it's because I've been in therapy that I am not thoroughly pissed when they resist psychotherapy. I'm not overly upset if they miss their sessions. I've been in the chair of psychotherapy that I know how one relates to the psychotherapeutic process. So if you are a junior in the profession and you're watching me and it looks like, damn, she's got it handled. But how does she have it handled? By the little errors I've made over time. They're not knowing where this goes. They're not knowing who to call. They're not knowing, is this normal? They're doing things too fast, too slowly. And by being in the process myself. It's not nice to be a junior, especially when you know you're a fantastic professional. You don't fly to the top. That is the whole point of this video. It is a steady climb. You test the step, it holds, then you take the next one. You test your capacity to withhold that step, it holds, then you take the next one. So we're talking to the top tier guys. They climbed repeatedly. You gotta do the climb. There's value in it. If you want to be experienced, you have to be okay with getting the experience. And it's not always a tier-less experience. It's like learning a language. Whatever you want to be literate in, you're going to speak some broken language in the beginning. It's okay. It's okay if you don't sound as smart as the others yet. They're better trained. They're better experienced. If there's one thing that must never make you feel shame in this world, is knowledge, because it can be acquired. I don't care what you think you don't know. You don't have to feel embarrassed about it, because knowledge can be acquired. And it's okay if you're still speaking it broken for a little while. Tatazela usiya mntazi. Tatazela usiya. And eventually, when you're walking steadily, it will be because you've acquired the fitness to walk steadily. It's earned. Earn your stripes. And have courage and tenacity to withstand the demands of the journey. Breathe when you have to. Pause when you have to. But you have to earn it. See, we did it. Asithethanga ngomgowo, guys. We can. We don't just talk about painful things. Somebody said they can't wait to meet me. And I actually have that need as well. Like I almost said, I miss you guys. Pieces. But I think it's because over time I'm starting to recognize your names. So I kind of already know who's gonna pop up and say what. It's amazing. There's regular culprits, usual suspects that are in the comment section. I can't wait to meet you guys too. One day. Thank you for hosting my channel so beautifully and validating my dream. I have the truest appreciation for you. Thank you so much. And we'll see each other in the next Tuesday.